Well, you probably can't see a whole lot, except that you can tell that it's snowing. Saucony Ride 15 TR. TR standing for trail. These things have some pretty gnarly tread that you can't really see right now. And it's snowing. Heading out to the trails. Didn't think we were gonna get this much snow. But hey, might as well share my first impressions and kind of a review video all wrapped up into one of these shoes. So here we go. I'm gonna go put in a few miles, get up on top of the hill here. I forgot though, you should definitely subscribe and like the video and comment down below what you think about the Saucony Ride 15 shoes. Let me know if you have experience in this shoe or what your thoughts are on this shoe. Is it a good shoe or not? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Think there's something better? You know the drill. Okay, back at it. So why don't we let voiceover Chad tell us a little bit about the specs of the shoe, and then I'll be back. Voiceover Chad, over to you.
Thanks, Chad. The Saucony Ride 15 TR is a neutral trail running shoe built on the Ride 15 road shoe platform. It features PWRRUN midsole, which is said to be softer and lighter than past iterations, PWRTRAC outsole with 3.5mm lugs, a mesh upper with durable overlays, supportive webbing to help lock in that perfect fit, form-fit design, PWRRUN Plus sock liner for added cushioning, gator compatible, vegan made with some recycled materials, and also features a 35mm heel stack, 27mm forefoot, and 8mm drop for a total package weight of 9.2 ounces or 261 grams. Back over to you, Chad.
Made it to the top of the first ridge. I love being the first one to lay down the tracks. It's pretty awesome. There's another ridge out there that I'm gonna go up and over, and then we'll climb part of a mountain. So let's get over there, and then I'll start sharing some thoughts on these shoes. We'll tell you though, considering that this shoe is built off of their road running platform, I wasn't sure how this shoe would feel underfoot on the trails. And I thought it might feel a little unstable, but no, it's actually surprisingly good. My foot feels pretty planted, pretty stable on the ground. This trail is very unpredictable right now because it's hard to see the rocks and where the mud has frozen and, you know, deformed the trail slightly. So yeah, it feels actually pretty stable, even though this is a very neutral shoe for sure. So I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, I will talk to you guys in just a moment. Man, I wish you could see how pretty this area is right now. If the sun were up, you'd be able to see just a blanket of snow covering all the trails. The mountains. You can't see them. There's some big hills, mountains right up in the distance there. It's just really, really pretty. The eye can see them, but the camera probably doesn't do justice. Doesn't pick it up. Oh man, it's so gorgeous out here. If you want to see how pretty this area is, check out my video, Silence. In that video, there's no talking at all. It's just some really groovy music and these trails. Okay, really appreciate you being here. Please subscribe and drop a comment down below as mentioned earlier. I should let you know that Saucony did not send me this shoe for the purpose of review. They didn't send me the shoe at all. In fact, I won it in a giveaway from Ultra Trail Steven. You can check out his YouTube channel. There's a link down in the description. Okay, on with the review of the Saucony Ride 15 TR trail shoe. So I'm going to talk about the build, the comfort, the performance, and the value of this shoe, starting with the build. So, I'm running uphill. Maybe I should slow down. Let's walk for a moment. Okay, starting with the build. Still haven't got my breath. Saucony is taking a tried and true platform, their road shoe, the ride shoe, which they've been building for quite a while. I feel like they started with a really solid platform when building this trail variant. It's not even like the big brother to the road shoe. They've done enough changes and improvements to make it trail worthy. It's more like that really cool uncle of yours that has all the cool toys and is always fun to hang out with. That's what this shoe is. It's the really cool uncle of the Ride 15. So they've built the shoe really well. You know how sometimes you can just tell that a shoe is made quality? That's what this shoe is. It's a quality build. So I feel like this shoe's gonna last a really long time, not fall apart prematurely on you. For the trail version of the Ride 15, they added extra welded overlays that are really durable, almost abrasive, and doubled up in a couple spots even, particularly around the toes and the medial and lateral side around the toe box. So it offers some pretty good protection and some extra reinforcement around the laces. So that's really good too. I think they also chose a pretty good outsole. The rubber feels like it's pretty grippy, gonna be pretty durable. And this midsole is a surprise. I'll talk about that in the comfort and performance a little more. So how would I score the build? I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. So that's really good. I'm really pleased. It exceeded my expectations. So good job, Saucony. Moving on to the comfort, as mentioned earlier, I'm surprised how comfortable this shoe is. You know, at 35mm heel stack, and considering that it's a very neutral shoe, I mean, I can move around quite flexibly, twist around as needed, but I don't feel unstable in the shoe. I was really curious what it's gonna feel like out on these trails, because there's a lot of bigger technical rocks, uneven terrain. Right now there's a lot of unpredictable, uneven ice and rivets and divots in the mud because it's frozen. So the trail is actually really unpredictable right now. But I don't feel unstable in this shoe. I feel really secure and confident actually, which surprised me. The midsole feels pretty soft, which is nice. I can't compare it to past Ride shoes, but they say that this midsole is softer than the past versions. Oh, sorry about the wind. It's also really comfortable around my ankle. There's some nice padding around the ankle and the heel. The material is really soft and yeah, pretty comfortable. I like it a lot. The upper feels really good across the top of my foot and the sides. I feel like it's just kind of gives your foot a nice hug. Feels pretty secure on these trails. I think the addition of the webbing on the side, I'll show it to you. You probably already saw it in the B-roll, but there's this webbing right here on both sides, and that just helps provide that good secure hold on the foot. It's really nice. Oh, speaking of the build, I forgot to mention, there's this stretchy strap right here that you can loop your laces through just to help hold them down. I thought that was kind of gimmicky at first, but it's actually pretty nice. Hold your laces down, prevents them from getting caught. So a little bit of foreman function there. Future Chad here failed to mention a comment about the tongue of this shoe. It is gusseted, which is quite nice. It's also nicely but lightly padded. I do feel like the padding on the tongue could be a little more dense. I think that would offer a little bit more protection from the laces across the top of your foot, but it's adequate and does the job, gets the job done. So no real complaints. Doesn't move around on you, which I really appreciate. Whew. Okay, gotta concentrate on this rocky section. Back to you, President Chad. How would I rank the comfort of the shoe? I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. Also pretty good. Starting to get just a little lighter out. It's really pretty out here. Hopefully you're able to see just a little bit more now. You can see the mountains clear on the other side. That's one of the ridges that we're gonna come up and over here in just a moment. Moving on to the performance of the shoe. This is probably what you really want to know. How does the shoe perform? Well, that also exceeded my expectations. So most of the performance is going to come from that midsole in combination with the outsole. Oh, it's windy. The outsole is definitely grippy. With the 3.5mm lugs, it seems to do a pretty good job. Now granted, the trail is pretty snowy right now, but I can tell that it grips really well on the rocks and the dirt. So yeah, you know, you might be thinking you need something more aggressive. No, I don't think you do. This outsole is definitely getting the job done today. The midsole, like I was saying, is pretty soft, feels nice and cushioned, feels like a shoe that I could run those long trail days on comfortably. It doesn't have a ton of response, but it certainly doesn't feel flat or dead by any means. It also feels like the midsole would come alive just a little bit more as you pick up the pace and really put a lot of speed into the shoe. Oh no, my water bottle's frozen. It's about 15 degrees Fahrenheit out here right now, plus the wind. Oh, there we go. Getting a little bit out, but not much. I also like, as I was mentioning before, the upper feels actually pretty good. Really locks your foot down in place. I think that's, I'm gonna attribute that to the additional webbing on the side. The upper is also actually pretty breathable. I mean, I can feel the air and the snow on my feet. So if you need a shoe that breathes well, this would definitely be a good consideration. It's a good thing I have some nice smart wool socks on. Otherwise my feet would probably get a little cold. Hashtag not sponsored. Oh man, it's so pretty out here now that I can see the hills better. Oh, I'm loving this. Future Chad, back again. I knew I'd forget something else. The toe box. So this shoe is not a wide shoe. There is a wide variant that you can buy. The toe box, I would say, is adequate. It's not like it's an ultra, you know, type of shoe where it's got that nice wide toe box, but for my average to narrow foot, there's plenty of room for my toes. I feel like it's not restricted by any means. There's decent volume in there, but I feel like the midfoot and heel also are narrow enough that they're gonna really hold your foot in place well. I mean, it's holding my foot in place well, not moving around at all. I also feel like there's absolutely no like rubbing or Sorry, this part's kind of sketchy, but anyways, yeah, so it's a great toe box. Good job, Saucony. Okay, President Chad, back to you again. So, performance, I'm gonna give either 8 or 8.5 out of 10. The reason why it's not maybe just a little higher is because I don't think, even though this shoe weighs in at only 261 grams, which is actually pretty light, I wouldn't necessarily use this as a race shoe. It could possibly be a good ultra shoe, a race ultra shoe, so maybe I'd use it for a 50K or a 50 miler. But I personally like a shoe that gives me just a little more ground feel, something that's a little more nimble and agile for that, for a race day shoe. Oh, I should mention too, for performance, this shoe has some ground feel, not as much as I like. It does not have a rock plate or a film to help protect your feet against the rocks, but the outsole is burly enough, durable enough, offers enough protection that actually does a pretty good job at protecting your feet from those rocks and debris that you might step on. Okay, moving on to the value. So this shoe, US MSRP is $140. You know, I think they probably could have charged more, but I'm glad they didn't. So that's a pretty good value, 140 bucks. Their road variant is the same price. So considering that this is built up a little bit more, a little more durable, has a few more thought out aspects that make the shoe trail worthy, 140 bucks is a pretty good buy in my opinion. I could see using this shoe for almost all of your trail runs. I was really honestly kind of skeptical at first, thinking that it was a road shoe with a few trail elements tacked onto it. Really feel like Saucony took a solid platform and then built on top of that what was necessary to make this truly trail worthy. You know, I said this about other shoes, but the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and this shoe proves that to be true as well. Everything comes together, and it's not the individual component that makes the shoe actually pretty good. It's the whole of everything aggregated together that makes this great. So value, I'm gonna put value at a 9 out of 10. So what do you want to know about this shoe? What did I forget to mention or fail to mention? All right. Woo, it's so pretty out here. Now you can actually kind of see me in the area that I'm running in instead of it just being dark. We're gonna walk up this hill. I have done almost 7.5 miles. So we have about 3 miles to go. I wasn't sure what to expect coming out to the trails this morning, but I'm glad I did. Oh. All right, so let's go get to the car and then I'll wrap up this video. So in conclusion, you've heard the saying, don't judge a book by its cover. I hate to admit it, but that's what I did with this shoe. Well, the GoPro battery died, so now I'm recording this on my phone. As I was saying, don't judge a book by its cover. I did that with this shoe, and once I actually got my foot in it and started running in it, it frankly exceeded my expectations. I am pleasantly surprised. So I recommend this shoe, I really do. This would be a great daily trainer trail shoe. It's a comfortable and well-built shoe and will offer good performance for those training miles that you put into it. And I think the shoe will last a long time too. It's very durable, well-built, good outsole. Just a great shoe. So yes, I recommend it. All right, thanks for being here with me today. It's been absolutely gorgeous. A little cold. My toes are starting to get cold. Even with the good socks, my fingers are getting cold. We're almost to the car though. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, and you can join the channel membership and support me for as little as $1 a month. That helps go to the channel so I can buy gear for reviews, pay for races, and of course share that experience with you. So please consider joining the channel membership. Okay, my arm's getting tired of holding the phone up. I'll see you on the next video. Remember to be consistent, express gratitude, and enjoy every mile as I am today. See you on the next video. Bye now.